What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be discussing the top 10 reasons why the Earth is not flat. Now let's light up a fucking doobie and discuss some philosophy. Alright, first and foremost, shout out to my cousin Evan Homison. Awesome dude. Give me a fucking virtual high five, man. Fuck yeah. Alright. Sorry if I turned you away with my eagerness. I'm just really excited to talk about this. Alright. Reason number one, the solar eclipse. Now, I'm sure you've heard this argument before if you are, in fact, a flat earther. If the earth was flat, then it's reasonably understood that therefore then the moon would be flat. Now, if the moon was flat, how would it cast a shadow over the sun? Now, here's an opposing argument that I've actually come up with myself. The earth could be vertically standing, therefore it casts a shadow over the sun. Or rather, the sun casts a shadow over the earth. Both, actually, and vice versa. Anyway, that contradicts one theory, though. The Flat Earth Society believes that the Earth and therefore all corresponding planets and stars are constantly rising upwards. And that's why we always see them, and that's how they explain away gravity. Now, instead of gravity being a force that pulls us down, and instead of the theory of relativity, they believe that we are being held down because the Earth is moving upward. Now, whether it's moving upward, sideways, vertically, horizontally, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this could not be the case if the Earth was, in fact, vertically standing and flat and not spherical, because if it was flat, not spherical, there, of course, would be no gravity. And if there is no gravity, the Earth would have to be moving upward for us to be sitting right now, for you to be sitting in front of your computer or your phone or your tablet or whatever right now, to be glued down to the ground right at this moment. The Earth would have to be moving upward. And if the Earth was sideways, even if it was moving upward, sideways, doesn't matter, we would fall off. Okay, reason number two, that's not how gravity works. Okay, circling back to gravity, let's discuss what gravity is. Gravity is caused by the uneven distribution of mass within a spherical object. Spherical object, yes. So without the Earth being spherical, it's just flat out truth that gravity would not exist. Now, if you don't believe in gravity, just stand up. Or better yet, just sit down and don't float away. Now, if you float away, I give it to you, man. You fucking won the argument, okay? You won. Alright? You won. Number three, the Earth's axis. There would be no seasons. Okay, millions of years ago, the Earth was pelted, absolutely fucking pelted by a meteorite that caused it to tilt on its axis, similar to what you're seeing right here on the screen at the moment. So, if the Earth was tilted on its axis and was therefore flat, as you see in this image, it would be thrown all out of whack. Absolutely just insanity would wreak havoc on the Earth. It would be impossible to survive on the Earth. It would be like the conditions of some other celestial being that is not similar to Earth at all. At all. Okay. Number four, you need water to produce ice. Now, the Flat Earth Society, in fact, believes that the Antarctic surrounds the Earth and there are ice walls that keep the Earth enclosed in. These elongated ice walls stretch around the entire Earth, and that is how we have not fallen off the Earth and how the accumulated water does not fall off. But if enough water is not accumulated, there cannot be ice. And 4.6, billion years ago, Earth was 3,600 degrees. And if this was the case, then how did these ice walls form? At this time, everything could have fallen off the Earth. And even if these ice walls formed sometime after this, and there were not originally ice walls, then the age of the dinosaurs would have wiped out the ice walls as well as the dinosaurs. Now, we will, of course, circle back to that again as well. Alright. There was no water, therefore there could be no ice walls. Everything could have fallen off. And just a PS, why haven't we found the ice walls yet? And how would water pile up to accumulate walls that large? How? I'm sure you can't explain it either. Okay. Number 5, if Antarctica surrounded the Earth, we wouldn't get enough light, and the age of dinosaurs would have melted the ice walls. Told you we would circle back around to this. First of all, the white, not being racist, holy fuck, don't fucking lynch me, man. I'm not being racist. I'm just saying. If the Earth was surrounded by the Antarctic, the white of the snow would cause a large portion of the ice to be reflected back into the atmosphere, because the white of the snow in the Antarctic and the ice causes the light to bounce right back up into the atmosphere, and only a certain amount of the ultraviolet rays are actually absorbed. So, given that, the Antarctic was actually warm during the time of the dinosaurs. Yes, it was warm, and it would have been way warmer 4.6 billion years ago. So these ice walls just don't make sense. They just don't make sense. There's a lot of holes in that theory. Now, when exactly was the Antarctic warm? Well, exactly 5.6 million years ago. Well, not exactly, because no science is exact, but roughly. Sorry about that text that popped up. That's just my mother being a fucking weirdo. Anyways, okay, so yeah, 5.6 million years ago, the Arctic was warm. Now let's move on to number 6. The sun cannot orbit the Earth. Now, the Flat Earth Society believes that the sun orbits the Earth, but objects orbit other objects according to mass. Spherical objects, that is. So once again, pointing out the whole spherical object relating to gravity thing. Now, you may not believe in gravity, but you have to believe in the fact that smaller objects orbit larger objects, or else the moon would not be where it is, the Earth would not be where it is, the sun would not be where it is, all of that. And we will circle back around to a more important fact about the moon and how that corresponds with how the Earth is not flat. Okay. Moving on to number 7. The Earth and sun were moving upwards according to the Flat Earth Society. According, of course, to the Flat Earth Society, in the nearly 5 billion years that the Earth has been here, it would have collided with something else at some point. Now, you can't deny that. It would have definitely collided into something, and the sun is what actually prevents this from happening. And the fact that the Earth orbits around the sun is why this has not happened yet. So there's a hole right there. All right. Moving on. Number 8, we're getting close. There's no reason to lie. Why would NASA and all these other corporations lie about the shape of the Earth? That doesn't affect us that much. It's not like there's some reptilian race living in the Earth that just controls everything and wants to make sure that every information you absorb, all of the information you absorb, is wrong. It's not like that at all. Now, I actually do believe in the reptilian aliens to an extent, but it's not like they're fucking censoring what you read and what you learn in school to make sure that you have incorrect information. Now, of course, some information has been tampered with over time, as a famous saying goes, the victors write history, but it was proven long ago after the time of Columbus that the Earth is not, in fact, flat. Okay. Now, not exactly proven, but instead theorized that the Earth was not flat. Now, sorry for the long pauses in between, but that's just how the editing works with this, and I have no control over that. Sorry about the long pauses. All right. So we got through number 1 through 8. Now let's get to number 9. The dinosaurs would have never went extinct. The Chicxulub, I think I'm saying that totally wrong. Okay, the Chicxulub comet, aka asteroid, is what caused the dinosaurs to go extinct. It pelted the Earth. Now let's take another look at this one image. If it would have pelted the Earth, it would have not only shifted the axis, but would have completely caused things to be launched into space and would have caused the Earth to just fly out of orbit, or at the very least go into a vertical or somewhat vertical position, unless, of course, you believe in the firmament. But then again, if you believe in the firmament, the dinosaurs, once again, would not be extinct. Because how would the asteroid have hit the Earth if, in fact, the Earth was flat and was covered by a firmament? Okay, so we figured out, through this video, we figured out that water would have fallen off the Earth, the ice walls would not have formed, the dinosaurs wouldn't be extinct, gravity would be virtually non-existent. What else do I need to show you guys to at least somewhat change or molest your views on the flat Earth? And yes, I just used that fucking word in that way. Not in that way, but in a way. Okay, let's move on to number 10. The moon is spherical. It was created from the Earth. Now, the moon was created by an asteroid once again pelting the Earth, which of course would have caused this to happen. But anyway, even with the flat Earth, in almost all of the images you see, the sun and the moon are still spherical. Check that out. The sun and the moon are always spherical in these images and in these theories. So, if the moon was spherical and the sun was spherical, why would the Earth be flat? Now, that's just common sense. And if the moon was therefore created by the Earth, why wouldn't it be flat too? Now, I'm not disproving God or attempting to. I do believe in intelligent design, and I do believe in a creator. But then again, I do believe that some things happen naturally from what was originally created. Now, the moon, of course, it's factual that it was created by the Earth and by the impact of an asteroid into the Earth. So why wouldn't it be flat as well? Now, of course, you can come up with your theory that it's inside the firmament, it's a hologram, whatever. But if it was a hologram, how would it have been there all the way before hologram technology and mankind existed? Now, you can theorize about aliens, about anything you want to. Of course, this image showcases aliens. But if we're scientifically speaking, it just does not make sense to say that the moon was created from the Earth, and the Earth is flat, and the moon is not. Here's an interesting image if you want to just check that out. Now that, I don't know what to say about. But anyway, I'm going to throw in a bonus for good measure. If the firmament existed, the dinosaurs would not be extinct, as I've said before. But also, the cosmic turtle would have farted a nuke that created the Big Bang and created the universe. Period. No, but seriously, if there was a firmament, there would not have been acid rain, and the moon would not exist. Once again, circling back to the moon would not exist. But first of all, what I mean by there would not have been acid rain is that when the dinosaurs went extinct, many catastrophic instances of carnage happened. And one of them happened to be literal acid rain. Now, this would not have happened without the asteroid impact, and on top of that, even more so important, the moon would not exist because the moon, in fact, was created by the impact of an asteroid into the Earth, and if the firmament was there protecting it, this would not have happened. So you see this little celestial being that seemingly has no purpose. This celestial being, known as the moon, actually keeps everything in check. It keeps the Earth's rotation going as it should, according to plan, and it illuminates the night. Without the moon, we could not survive. The Earth would be a rocky terrain that would be constantly bouncing around, constantly rotating at a strange pace, and rotating at a strange axis that is constantly shifting. Anyway, the Earth appears to not be flat. I'm sorry, flat earthers, but the Earth appears to not be flat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you learned something. And I just wish you guys a great day. And I hope you guys comment something interesting. Because I'm looking for an interesting comment. If you want to air quotes correct something I said, go ahead. If you want to debunk something I said, go ahead. I welcome all of it. I even welcome the haters. Hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye, everyone.